Ryder Smith takes the pole award and gains a bonus 5 points in his championship bid, and on his outside it is Connor Atwood. Well, the final stretch begins, the gauntlet. As with 3 rounds left to go, we return to the ever-infamous Decatur Raceway in Illinois. Always one of the fastest road courses in America and one of the most treacherous. There's always lots of chaos and exciting racing action. However, some controversy arose this week as a major incident occurred in happy hour between Maxwell Chan and Dylan Young. Dylan Young got turned into the steel guardrail on the uphill S's at about 140 miles an hour, destroyed the car, and he was in a lot of pain after that hit, and he has not been cleared to race today. It's like Dylan Young will be staying out for the round of Decatur. Luckily, it wasn't too hard for the team to find a sub, as the Junior Series was in town. They acquired the services of Boost Autosports driver Marcus Bruno. Bruno has raced in the Elite Series before on a full-time basis, so he's certainly a good option. But it has called into question on the safety of the track. Several drivers not being happy about those guardrails, thinking it should be updated for future seasons. They're saying the track is too dangerous for the speed that these cars are going at. Even with the package that the IS is testing out, which is perhaps a little bit slower, these cars are still going very quickly around the track. Meanwhile, the other big headline is that Cosmic Nova has returned to the Insomniac Elite Series grid. Horton Motorsports withdrew from this race and the rest of the season, saying they just don't have the funds to continue and they're looking to reassess their options. BMW took advantage of this and entered a 60 cars of promoters option with Nova behind the wheel. Nova did say he wanted to, and I quote, get revenge on the Wrecking Balls, and, well, his chance is here. He will be racing, still looking for his first Elite Series win at Decatur. He did get his first win at the racetrack earlier this year when he won the Slim Jim race. The championship is down to 3 drivers right now. 9 drivers are in mathematical contention for the title, but it is only Charles Sanford and Maxwell Chan within a race of Smith, and after issues in the practice sessions, Chan's being the incident of Dylan Young totaling his primary car, and Sanford going to a backup engine. They both start in the rear, and they'll have a lot of damage control to do, especially with Ryder Smith starting on the pole. Smith could put himself in very good position to lock up the title come Talladega, but it is Decatur. Anything can happen. So anyway, why don't we get to the action? Let's go down to the track for the round of Decatur. The engines have fired. Wild card race number 1 is about to get underway. And it begins as the green is out. We're rocking Decatur. The field of 42 will thunder down to the Snake, one of the most treacherous parts on the circuit. Expect a lot of chaos. It looks like Ryder Smith's going to get away. He got a bit of a slow exit though, and Kyle Collins looking to capitalize. Oh, we got a car spin in the back. Single car spin. Jacques Cook just looped it. No damage on that car, but so he's going to keep it going. Meanwhile, at the front, Kyle Collins trying to pass Ryder Smith on the outside as we head in the uphill S's. Probably the biggest trouble spot here at Decatur. Probably the most controversial one. There's been a lot of talk of the drivers of wanting to get the guardrails replaced here. It's going to be a very always been one of the sketchiest parts in Decatur. And there's a car off. That's another one off. It's Will Hoyt. Will Hoyt gets that guardrail. And that is not the start to the race that he wanted. Back at the, it is Ryder Smith has managed to get away. Another corner wall to watch out for, the kink. How brave are you? Trying to go side by side through here is definitely not a safe affair. You can see all the sliding around that happens. Would not be surprised if we see some incidents in that part of the circuit. None this time. But Ryder Smith will end lap number 1 as your leader. Now, Big Buddy gets it a little wide in the Snake. This is where I feel like this is where a lot of drivers are going to be able to make up time or lose it. And it could also be where your race. It could also really hurt your race if you get it wrong, get spun out. It's risk versus reward. How aggressive do you want to be? You know, it's like Niko Polyakov, the Russian, has had a great start to the race. He's looking underneath Connor Atwood for a top 5 position. This is the site of his first career top 5 in the Elite Series. He was subbing for an injured Seth Cole here last year. Drove the 25 car to a top 5. He's certainly, it's definitely one of his better racetracks, and he was really looking forward to this race when we talked to him in the pre-race. He looks like he might be fast once again. Meanwhile, Matt Duncan's now challenging Atwood. And I don't think any of us expected Matt Duncan to be good on a road course, but he's actually been very strong. He's actually had a fairly solid weekend. And, like, I guess this could end up being one of his better road courses. I don't know. Not much he's going to do right now, though, as the 24's got around the back! Charles Sanford's gone for a spin, and Ray Krieger into the pits as well. So 2 cars of problems. 2 cars of problems at the end of the second lap. And I'm not entirely sure what happened there. We just saw that 24 spinning in the background. We'll have to take a look at that, but got to hold off because there's a battle for third between the Hamilton teammates of Angel and Faber. This is probably one of Faber's better racetracks. In his rather messy rookie year in 2015, he qualified in the front row and ran in the top 5 for most of the race. He could be a threat, but Angel definitely is a threat. He's already caught the top 2. And speaking of caught, that's what Collins has done to Ryder Smith. Ooh, he might not. I don't know if he's picked a good line. He's just trying to find a way to get a run on the 18. He's there. He's got a good car, but has not been able to can't make a move yet. Collins, of course, still looking for career win number 1. But it looks like Smith's going to hold on for the time being. Well, here's a look at what happened to Sanford. He was trying to cut through the field, and here you see the number 55, Louis Duran, throws it in too deep, spins out the 24. He also clips the 78 of DJ Curtis and spins him around. No damage on the 24, but that is a lot of time lost, and that could potentially deal a fatal blow to his title bid. Don't know if that incident is under investigation. A time penalty could be given to the 55 because that was a little too aggressive. This is what happened to Ray Krieger. He was running in the top 10, but we missed this. He lost the back end off to the snake, and well, off he goes, and that will probably, and that is the last thing he needed. A tough break for Ray Krieger. It's still all about Ryder Smith at the front of the field, but Kyle Collins has definitely just been prowling back there. He's been prowling. He's looking for a way to get there. Not necessarily the lap he needed. The gap is about level with the last time around. I feel like Collins will get better. And ooh, Faber back around the 14, and he's gonna make that move stick before we even reach the end of the straight. Is the car around? I heard it. Someone went off, and it's Finn Guy. I think he lost it on exit, and that is, well, that's a tough break. It's not been a good week. Normally, Shell United runs pretty well, but it's been a rough weekend for that team. The high horsepower, the high-speed nature of this track, I think, has been causing problems for that team. They don't really have the aerodynamics, and that is probably what's been their downfall. Meanwhile, while we're back here, might as well take a look at Maxwell Chan. Chan started in the back just like Sanford. He's trying to make progress. He needs to make progress, and he's doing that right now. As of lap 4, he's up to the 26th position. He passed Nathan McCain, is now right behind Timur Elise. I think we might have had another incident. I heard something, but I haven't seen anything. there possibly might have been something that happened to Theodore, but yeah, I thought I heard a car spinning. Does not, seems like I might have been mistaken, and oh, that's gonna be an issue for Collins. He was gaining on the 18, but he made a mistake on the exit, left the door open for Faber, holds him off, but look at all, you cannot get that last corner wrong. Look, he was gaining on him for most of that lap, but because of the mistake in the final corner, the run to the Grand Straight, the gap practically doubled. Like, seriously, one of the most important parts of racing here, you can't make those kinds of errors. And that's, like, that could be what keeps Kyle Collins from catching him. Matt Duncan trying to he's challenging Polyakov. Ooh, Angel and Atwood making contact for position. Getting very close. Speaking of getting very close, that's what Faber's doing of Collins now. He is right there behind the 29. He's not been able to find, he's waiting for a chance to strike. And here's another title contender, Chris Louviere. He's got a good history at this track. He won here back in 2014. That was, in fact, his first career win in the Elite Series. But this weekend did not get off to a good start. He qualified 21st. Did get promoted to 16th because of cars getting sent to the rear, but still not the starting position he needed. He's had a fantastic start, though. Second quickest lap, and he's up in the top 10 now. Louviere really doing everything in his power to stay in the title hunt. And, oh wow, Collins with a great run. I think Faber might have had issues on exit, because now he's got Atwood all over him. And it's going to be side by side, and I think Atwood's going to get the edge. Oh, contact, and somebody went off. Oh, it's William Duncan. The last person you'd expect to make a mistake. But he just did. And that is huge, because Duncan is fighting for the PT Cup. He recently took the PT Cup lead after Australia, and he's out of the points. He just got passed by Maxwell Chan. And, well, Chan's just going to fly on by and say thank you very much. That's another spot for the 15. Going to be very important there. Well, Cosmic Nova, he's been falling back a little bit. I mean, he's driving for the BMW Team Deutschland. And not exactly the best, the most well-funded team, but you wanted to race here, you wanted to get revenge, and, well, he's in the points right now, but he's definitely looking for a little bit more. Oh, we got a spin in the back! Car around in the uphill S's, and that is Jack Halleck, and Zona plows into the back of him! We got a big crash in the uphill S's. Jack Halleck was making his second career start, his first of Team Thunder, and it's not gone to plan. Oh, Van Lonfen crashed as well. Ah, that's unfortunate. He's had such a great run as a sub, but it comes to an end. That was 3 cars all out. Oh man, Halleck was running pretty well. He's also running pretty well, but not meant to be, I guess. We'll have to take a look at that. It looks like, yeah, that's a big crash right there. Well, we've been talking about how difficult this section is. This is not a good track to be making your debut at. And Van Lonfen gonna learn that the hard way. Gets loose, sweeps across Halleck, and gets dumped into a guardrail, and that's a hard hit. Then Halleck goes back up the track, and Asherton Zona with nowhere to go runs into the back of him. Yeah, that's a violent crash, but luckily everyone did get out of their cars, under their own power. Van Lonfen looked a bit shaken up, but yeah, not as bad of an incident as in Happy Hour. So it's good that nobody was injured. But yeah, definitely a tough break for Van Lonfen and Halleck, Halleck definitely was out there trying to make a name for himself, and it's not ended how he would have liked. Well, heading on to lap 8 now. Smith still leading the way. Collins did not gain on that lap. Now it's like it's Connor Atwood's turn to try and get up there, but Collins just not been able to really make anything happen. He really needs to. This is probably the most important, this could be the most important race of the year for him. I mean, Collins is definitely frustrated. He could have gotten a top 5 finish last week in Australia, but he had a tire go down late, had a tire go down of 2 to go, relegated him outside of the points. And, well, he's gonna have to get a little bit, he's gonna have to really do something big here if he wants to stay in the hunt. And I mean, he definitely looks good. He looks good here, but he needs more. He needs to pass that 18. It doesn't necessarily matter if he wins or not. He just needs to finish ahead of the 18. I mean, right now, this could absolutely eliminate some drivers from the championship if Smith were to win this race. And he's certainly out there trying to do just that and end a lot of people's championships. Oh, there's Charles Sanford. He's still on the pace. He's actually catching some of these back markers like Aiden Shepard, Jock Dick Cook, Chris August-Smith. He's catching up, making progress. And actually, yeah, as a result of that incident, Maxwell Chan is in the points now. Well, or at least he was. Nathan McCain changing that. This is the track where Nathan McCain made his debut at last year. He was driving for Blackstorm and he got in an incident. Looking a lot better this time around, driving for GX Motorsports. I mean, yeah, he's fighting up Chan for a point spot. This is McCain's last scheduled start of the year in the PT Cup. And, oh, Kyle Collins lost the second position to Connor Atwood. That's probably the last thing he needed. It's been an intense battle for second, but all of this is happening behind that number 18. Smith just breaking away, and ooh, Collins starting to lose ground. And there you go, he's down to 4. Faber, right by the Canadian. It's not looking good there. Atwood might have the fastest car on the racetrack. He has the fastest lap. Don't know how the long runs have been treating him. Since he's been behind cars, but Smith may need to look out. I mean, Connor Atwood's one of the hottest drivers on the circuit right now. 4 top 5s in a row and 2 wins. Yeah, 4 top 5s and 2 wins in the last 4 races. If anybody's going to stop him, it's going to be Atwood. Yeah, I do think Collins is starting to really lose ground. I think he's just kind of backing off, trying to gain whatever he can. I think he's just going to just stop pushing the car, just bank on something. Might be focusing on the pit window. Maybe does he want to play a strategy call? Perhaps. Oh, Angel, a little wide there. And this is the battle for 10th. James Shelley pulling off Allie Nelson for now. Sure, Shelley's trying to keep himself in the top 10 in points. Oh, Chan got it. Yeah, he got away from McCain. And he's looking to challenge for 19th now. Jason Perkle and Pedro Hierra, 2 drivers you maybe would not expect to see in the points. Both of them are in there. Both of them are in right now. But don't know if they won't be able to stay up there for long. Not with that 51 breathing down their necks. Oh, Atwood caught fast. That is the Connor Atwood we expected. He is on the move. It seems like Collins might have been holding up this fast group. He does not have a winning car. Not right now anyway. He could try to change that with some strategy calls. But yeah, Atwood is way quicker than Collins. Oh, yeah, Collins just left the door open for Angel. And that is 2 title contenders that both desperately need good runs today. But they also need something to happen to that 18. He can't stay up there. They're both a race behind. They can't afford to finish behind Ryder Smith. And Atwood throws it wide. He had a golden opportunity to pass him right there. He had a golden opportunity to pass the 18. He just threw it away. I think a car might have went around the back. I think a car might have went around. I heard that. Oh, Chan gets in the here. Got a little too close to him. Smith's just been running a perfect race so far. But Atwood is the closest Atwood's gotten. This is the closest anyone's gotten to that 18 since the start of the race. And Collins has held off Angel for now. Yeah, both the Canadians there are desperate for some points. And Atwood could be doing them a solid if he passes the 18. Oh, 18 a little wide. Atwood cuts down low. Battle position. They touch. Atwood goes wide. But he forces it through the S's. And I think Atwood's going to take the lead. Smith not giving up. He dives it down in the garbage dump. Not giving an inch. But I think he's going to give up this position. Yes, he will. New leader, 27. And that's good news for these title contenders. Yeah, they still need to beat him, but that is still 5 less points that they're losing. That could be huge. I'm sure Ryder Smith is not going to give up that easily. He won't give up. He's gonna fight for it. Oh yeah, he cuts back down off the final corner. Can't make a move yet. But he is definitely there. And actually looks like Faber's starting to join this battle. Ooh, and Faber got a fantastic run off the snake. And Smith's trying to gain all that back. Seeing if he can get something to happen here. Oh, it's like Smith's found an open. Smith's trying to force his way in. Oh, wow! Atwood just blocks him off. Stopping him from getting through, but that slowed up Smith, and Faber's now swerving, trying to get around. Could not find an opening, but Faber is right there. Oh, gets it a little wide in the garbage dump. He had a bit of a poor line there. Trying to make up for it here, cuts down. Faber is right there. And it looks like it does appear that Maxwell Chan, look at the leaderboard here, he has passed Danny Everett now. He's gained another position. Oh, we got a car in the pits, though. Trouble for Nathan McCain. We'll check on Chan again. His next victim is PJ Williams in the 66. But Nathan McCain out of the race. Looks like McCain might be out of the race. We'll have to see what happened to him. Faber, runs it a little wide. Could not keep it consistent. That little mistake, that's all it takes. And he's now, once again, out of it. But Smith doing a great job keeping up. Trying to stay within striking distance of that 27. Oh, I do notice Angel passed the 29. I think Louvier may need to look behind him. Matt Duncan's done a great job holding off that 98. And Polyakov is looking to capitalize. Well, here's what happened to Nathan McCain. He lost power on the Grand Straight, and Louis Duran gets caught out, runs into the back of him, and that 89 just stalls. That is a tough break for McCain. This track biting him once again. Oh, and Aiden Shepard also ran off in the snake. So a lot of things happened there in the snake that time by. Atwood seems a lot better in the rest of the course. It's probably probably the surprise of absolutely nobody that he is the fastest on the racetrack. I think the ironic thing is that it's Cosmic Nova's car. Nova's wanted to win Decatur ever since he started racing. He does have a Slim Jim Series win now. Got it earlier in the year. But I think he seeks Elite Series glory, and, well, Atwood could potentially take the win in his car. That would probably just, that's probably what I'd describe true suffering as. But that said, Nova is having a good race with, like, for the underfunded BMW team. Still holding station in 13th. Actually, no, it's 12th. He passed James Shelley. So definitely a good showing right now. Ooh, that's a look out. And Jason Perkle trying to hold on to a point spot. This is for P20. Perkle doing everything in his power to hold on. I mean, he needs something to happen, or that. Pericles holding off. He lives to fight another day. But Tommy Turbo's in the points once again. This is an outstanding performance from that 77 team. Ooh, Chan's on the inside. That's going to become the outside, the snake. He needs some good momentum. Can he get it? Oh, both of them were a little squirrely there, but he does get it, and that is Chan up to 16th now. Even more points. That's even more points gained for him now. And Faber, I think he made another mistake because he's got Sean Angel underneath him now. Ooh, I don't know if Faber's going to let him go. I mean, Angel's the one to title fight, but Faber wants to win races, and this could be his last good shot because the next two tracks are ones he's not had much success at, Talladega and Auto Club. Yeah, if he's gonna win a race, it's probably going to be here. Yeah, I think Kyle Collins is just trying to stay consistent, lessen the blow. But he's definitely going to need something to happen to that 18 as it stands. Ooh, Boyaka very wide in the kink. He's starting to try things to pass that 98, but Bouvier holding strong. He needs more points though. Right now his title bid could be in jeopardy. He needs more. It's been a valiant effort, but I don't think it's going to be enough as it stands. Ooh, that could be it. Duncan got a good run off the exit. And there it is again. Ooh, wow. Definitely no team orders at Hamilton. Jeez, that could have ended in tragedy. But it... Oh, Collins! I think Collins gave him a little shove. And that is a little uncharacteristic from Collins. Desperation beginning to set in. And we are approaching the pit window, and that could be what changes everything. I think strategy is going to be what wins the day. At this, I think it's gonna be what wins the day here. We are gonna check in the back again. Sanford is in 29th. No points right now. Jason Perkle, he's slipping back. But he's still looking at a shot for points. And there's the sub, Marcus Bruno. Starting the back because of a driver change. He's contending for a point spot. He's up to 22nd. Not a respectable performance for the Brazilian this year. He's been running pretty well in his limited starts. Oh, and Fedor might be getting a little nervous. That 51's growing in her rear view. And oh boy, Ali Nelson versus Cosmic Nova. Yeah, looks like Nelson might get the run up high. She's trying to get to Ryan Acosta for a top 10. She's not going to get there. Oh, and Louvier challenges Duncan. Bad run. Couldn't hold it together. Yeah, these guys are just fighting hard for whatever points they can get. They want that, and they also want the track position. That could also play a big factor when we start seeing cars heading into the pits. Every point matters here. Every point matters here for Angel and Collins. And same for Louvier, who's gotten by the 6. That is P6 for Louvier. I don't think Duncan's going to give up. It is up to Matt Duncan to fly the banner for Team Thunder. With Jack Halleck's out of the race, Krieger had issues, and so did William Duncan. It's not been that team's been having issues in this race, that's for sure. It's definitely weird that's up to Matt Duncan on a road course. He's actually doing the job. And Reese Black running in the top 10. He doesn't really consider himself a road ringer, but he's had good performances on the road courses. And there's a prop, and Charles Sanford has had an issue. I think Sanford might have had something go wrong. Charles Sanford, he's fought hard all season, but it might have all just come to an end right here. Mechanical issues strike again for the 24 at the worst possible time. He had mechanical troubles in practice. That's what sent him to the rear in the first place. And he's had more problems in the race, and it could be all over. He's had a great year, but these last few weeks have been rough for Sanford. Then that could be it for him. Well, back to live. We're at halfway. We are entering the pit window now. Lap 18 is where that pit window starts. Ooh, looks like the floodgates have opened for Matt Duncan, because now Polyakov is looking underneath him. And I do think the Russian will be taking that spot and moving up to P7. Yeah, while let's talk about Reese Black, he doesn't pride himself as a road ringer, but he's had a lot of good results on road courses in the Elite Series. But this one would mean a lot for him, because this is Reese Black's home race. He's from Paxton, Illinois. So he has a lot of history at this racetrack, so it means a lot to him. And he's certainly had a lot of success. Had a lot of success over a long career, but this is supposed to be his last full-time season. But how about this? Connor Atwood starting to open the gap. Definitely that's good timing there. But who's going to peel off? Who is going to make a call to come down pit road? Will we see anyone at the front do it, or is everyone staying out right now? It looks like nobody at the front's coming in. Oh, Smith, bad. I think Smith had some issues there off the exit. But it does not look like anyone's coming down. That's a surprise, honestly. Perhaps tire wear not being as mean as we thought. Oh, no, we got one driver coming in. That's Pedro Hierra. Maybe taking a risk to get himself back in the points. But he is the only driver to come in on lap 18. Oh, looks like Nelson. She pulled a dive bomb on Nova. This is for P11. Both of them want to get in the top 10. Oh, they've lost a lot of ground to Acosta. And it's been a quiet season for Acosta. I bet he'd be glad to take another top 10. Acosta did recently sign on with S3 Motorsports. So maybe a bit surprised by that decision, but I think Acosta will be trying to make the most of the opportunity. Collins, first of the leaders in. He's going to undercut it. Polyakov also in. So some of the leaders are now making the call to come down pit road. Ryan Acosta is next. And now here comes the field. A lot of cars coming down. Chan going for the undercut. He's going for the undercut with all of these, the whole field. It looks like the majority of the field's coming down now. Part of me wonders if some people should have stayed out. There's going to be a lot of traffic on pit road. We're gonna keep our eyes centered on the 51 of Maxwell Chan. See if he has a clean way out. Oh, look out! Oh, Perkle got into him. Alex Perkle was not paying attention and just rammed into him. He almost, and Chan very lucky to not get stuck, but look at that! He's lost several positions on pit road. Oh, that is gonna bite. Oh, there's Hiera. He almost jumped Maxwell Chan. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to get him into the points. Oh, no, Hiera jumped a lot of cars, actually. That might have been a good call after all. And wow, that is interesting. Atwood and Smith stay out on the racetrack. Neither come down pit road. I think they're the last two. Oh, Smith. That's not a good run to snake. But they are the last two drivers that have to pit. Everyone else coming down, they're going to be undercutting those two. And I wonder, without Sanford back out on track, but he is now 3 laps down. His title hopes might be all but over. Faber wins the race off pit road, but Sean Angel, if he's going to try and get down his inside here on the pit exit. Oh, he gave him a bump on the pit exit. I mean, you are allowed to do that. I mean, it's a very wide pit exit, but jeez. Oh, undercut might have been the way to go. Poyakov, he jumped Louvier. That's a lot of time gained, and Collins passed both of them. Kyle Collins jumped both the Hamilton cars, and I think that battle they had on pit exit might have cost them dearly. That was a lot of time they lost. Well, oh, Chan had to come back down pit road! He had a problem! And another contender falls by the wayside! Both of those drivers looked like they could have done a lot here, but Maxwell Chan gets a bit, but mechanical issues strike at the worst possible time. Well, it may have been mechanical issues. He may have also not had a lot. Actually, I think from what we're hearing, I don't think there was a lug that I think was not fastened on the wheel. They had to bring it back down so that wheel didn't, fall off. But that's a pretty serious blunder, and it's cost him dearly. So both your title contenders that start in the back, both of them are not going to be having good races here. Chan is down. Oh, Atwood doesn't want to give up the inside line, and it looks like Smith was checking up. Yep, they're both coming down now. Well, they stayed out really late, and I don't know if it's going to work out for them. That's a lot of time potentially lost. It's a risky call. Could it work? Collins, meanwhile, is starting to get real. Angel's reeling him in, so he's not safe. For all we know, it's a very risky call by these two. So for all we know, this could be the battle for the lead. I'd say something to watch out for is that Kyle Collins, he always picks it up when the wind's on the line. They're still in the pits. They've not even got in their stalls. That was a terrible strategy call. They just got out and Kyle Collins just took the lead. That ended up being a big bust. Atwood looks like he's not even going to be in 4th. Oh wow, that strategy busted. Now they will have the freshest tires out of the field by far, so they'll likely be on a charge. But look at all that time they lost. Atwood holds off Poyaka for 4th, and then Ryder Smith is in 6th, possibly 7th if he loses the spot to Louvier, but he probably won't. No. So Atwood's 4th and Ryder Smith is 6th. That is not what they needed. And Angel, as soon as we talk about it, Angel just took the lead. Kyle Collins still searching for his first win, and now he's got an extra reason to fight for it. Because now there's now valuable points are on the line. They're actually going to gain points on them now. It's all on the table now. Oh, and there's Nick Pericles. Nick Pericles also on the move. Seems he's picked up the mantle that Chan dropped, as he's now up to 16th and chasing down Theodore. This could be one of his better runs. This could be one of his better runs of the season. I think Collins might have had some issues. in the uphill S's. Look at that. He is losing ground on Angel. And Faber cut down, trying to look for a way around. And well, there's Chan. Yeah, he's 35th. He's not going to do anything. So that is it. Chan might have just been eliminated. Or really, this could be Ryder Smith's championship to lose. And oh boy, that is for the final point spot. Jason Perkle gonna have to defend for Marcus Bruno. Perkle hasn't scored points it's been a while since Jason Perkle scored any points this season. And after getting signed to the upcoming startup team Van Dalen Autosport, I'm sure he wants to impress his new owners. So, and certainly a good way to do that would be a points run at one of the toughest road courses in the world. But Nova holding it in the uphill S's, trying to get a top 10 for the BMW team. It's been a good showing it's the first time Noah's been back in a car since Russia, and it's been a good showing. Like, absolutely been a solid drive from the two-time champion. A lot of people criticized him for his behavior this year, but he's out there trying to prove that he can still race. Oh, Nelson froze it in. That could have been sketchy. Manages to keep it clean. Oh, and then she froze it wide. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt for Nelson. Oh, Louvier challenging Smith. Not giving an inch. I mean, his tires are about 3 laps fresher than the rest of the field. So the Moloney gets a shot. Oh, Collins. Collins is looking. Desperation definitely setting in now for the driver of the 29. He needs every point he can get. He's got a golden opportunity. He has a golden opportunity to keep himself in the fight. Oh, and there's Pericles challenging Theodore. And this is the battle. Wait a minute. We lost a car. Kiera got passed by both of them. So Perkle's 19th and Marcus Bruno's 20th now. He's in the points. He's gained 22 positions from the start of the race. Another solid showing from the Brazilian. And Collins is losing ground. Yeah, he's on older tires than the Hamiltons. He needs something to happen in front of him. That's what he needs right now. You know, Ryder Smith looking to lessen the blow, to lessen his blow, chasing down Polyakov for 5th. Will lap traffic play a factor, however? That's another thing I have to question. The answer is maybe. Charles Sanford is there, but the lap traffic's not been particularly slow. We all know Sanford's tried things. Normally he's a very respectful driver on the track, but then Japan happened. Took out a championship rival, and to be honest, that might be what ultimately costs him a championship. And Smith has caught the 48. The battle is on for P5. Got to watch out there. And Seth Cole, well, I feel like at this point we can say Seth Cole is probably out of contention. But even then, he still was fighting for every point. And Allie Nelson re-entering the fray, going back, trying to get back underneath the 41. It was recently announced that NVIDIA will be joining Audi as a sponsor for Allie Nelson, and she'll probably be the leader of that free car operation. They are running free cars next year, with Super GT champion Eugene DeMax joining the team. That team, they've certainly been preparing for the 2018 season. They might be a threat. And Ryder Smith, he's past the 48. He is up into the top 5. Might want to watch out, guys. Oh, actually, I think they are going to catch Sanford. He is definitely getting closer. And speaking of getting closer, I think it's exactly what Faber is doing. That gap looks noticeably smaller. Yeah, I think he's coming. He gained 2 full attempts that time, so yes, that Faber is catching. Oh, here's the battle here's the battle for points. Some points on the line for 2 small teams. Sean McLaughlin Racing versus the Baby Tribe 5000. And there are rumors going around that the Baby Tribe 5000 will be shutting down. I mean, we already know that they're closing down. We already know that they're closing down their IS team at the end of the year. But there have been rumors of the team as a whole just ending. They may not be back next year in any capacity, like even the Slim Jim series. They have not announced their plans at this time beyond the closure of the IS team. But Jason Perkle out there looking to impress his new car owner, like we've talked about. But oh, Faber is still closing. He's like a shark. He is like a shark. He is just getting closer and closer and closer. It's only a matter of time before he strikes. Speaking of striking, Atwood might do that soon as well. And there's a battle going back here between Louvier and Poyakov. Ooh, he got a little loose off the exit there. Louvier needs these points desperately. It looks like the strategy call didn't work for Poyakov. He's on older tires now. And, oh, he's clear. I think he's clear. Oh, no, Poyakov doesn't want to give up. No, Poyakov's going to lose that one. Louvier back up to P6. He is climbing. And Matt Duncan's still in top 10. Nova has escaped. He has escaped from the 42. I do think it's going to be a top 10 finish for him. Unless something happens, which, I mean, it's Decatur. That is extremely possible. Oh, Costa. He has to defend from Nelson, but I don't think he can do it. No, Nelson takes 11th. Nelson definitely looks like she's on the move. And oh, wow, and Poyakov going to lose another one. It's been a great race for Matt Duncan. He may not be a road ringer, but he's sure driving like one today. This is definitely more like his fodder than he probably would admit. Oh, it is. Oh, I think there's a touch. I think there was a touch. Collins defends. Not giving it away. Oh, but he runs it a little wide. Goes wide on the uphill S's, and that might be all she wrote. That's another spot, and now he has to look behind him. Collins has to look behind because Ryder Smith is on the move, and there is nothing separating them now. Collins could gain points. He could gain points here, but he's just not there. He's not having the run he needs to really hold off Smith. He got lucky because of Smith's strategy blunder, and he's had a good race. But he's just, I don't know if he's really doing what he needs right now. Meanwhile, oh, Angel's pulling away. We know this track. We know it's one of Sean Angel's best racetracks. He loves the Decatur Raceway. He dominated this race last year. He could be looking at 2 wins at this legendary racetrack, and it'd be back to back. And he only has 4 laps left before he has 4 laps left to do it. I don't know if Nova's safe. I don't think he is. Nelson wants a piece of him. That when Nelson wants a piece of someone, be scared. Be very scared. Ooh, Shelley ran it wide, made that mistake, and now he's got Nick Pericles underneath. I think he's gonna lose that one. That's gonna be a battle he loses, I think. Oh, Jason Perkle. Oh, DJ Curtis. Curtis in the points now. He's been great these last few laps, but that's big. Jason Perkle just lost the point. He has lost the points. Oh, that's not good for Perkle. Yep, he just lost the 20th position. He's going to be hoping for something to happen. He's so close to points, but it might just not happen. Angel's not running away. But how much longer can he hold out? How much longer can Faber hold on? We know that I don't think he's got the best car. He's just closing in through sheer grit and determination. Atwood's not gonna have the time. Third's gonna be the best he can do. But if Faber wants to beat his car owner and his teammate, I mean, he's got a lot. He's gonna have to be perfect. Yeah, Faber kind of struggled on the back part of the lap. The snake, I think, is where he's gaining most of his time. Did he lose time again this lap? 2 laps to go. You've only got 2 laps left to catch him. The pressure is on now. Faber just doing everything in his power to catch up, and Shelley not giving up the ghost against Pericles either. He does not want to lose. He does not want to lose a top 10 point spot again. He's just desperate. Ooh, I think he gave a little bit of. I think he gave a little bit of the chrome horn to Pericles. He is pushing hard. I don't think Jason Perkle's lost this battle against Bruno either. Oh, he might have now. Little mistake there, and that could be game over. Meanwhile, DJ Curtis now starting to chase down Williams. Man, another points run for him. Oh boy. I feel like if we get a wreck up front, it's gonna be these two. They have been fighting like nobody's business. But back at the front, oh, it's not been a good lap. Faber, another poor lap. He's so close, but I don't think he's got enough. He's got one last lap to do it. If he's gonna make a move, it has to be now. White flag in the air for Sean Angel. This could be a crucial victory for Angel. Oh boy, Nathan McCain. Is he gonna be a factor? No, they just passed him. Wait, never mind. McCain's merging. But he's gonna merge is he gonna merge in front of Faber? Oh, no, he's not. Yeah, he has. He went right in front of Faber. Just slotted in between the both of them. And he needed to pass him. That's it. He had to pass McCain. And McCain's not being a good back marker, but that was just horrible timing. Faber is going to be absolutely livid at the 89. He might have had a shot, and in the end, it looks like Sanford will not play a factor in this. We thought he was, but he started falling off a bit. And in the end, Sean Angel is going to get a crucial victory. He's lost a lot of points, and Collins is going to just barely hold off Ryder Smith. He's going to gain some points there, but Tyler Faber, last-ditch effort. He did everything he could, but it was not meant to be. Off the final corner, Sean Angel, a much-needed 60 points on the board, and he's gonna win at Decatur for the second year in a row. What an outstanding drive from Angel. He played his card. He may have not had the fastest car. I think that may have been Atwood. But Angel played his cards right and did what he needed to do. Great job from him. But, oh boy, that's going to be a bit of an interesting post-race there between those two. Sean Angel will get a much-needed push to keep him in the title fight. He did lead the most laps today, so that is an extra 5 bonus points. He gained 25 on Ryder Smith today, and Tyler Faber makes it a 1-2 finish for Hamilton, though I'm sure he wanted to win. He was not happy in the slightest with Nathan McCain. He did confront him after the race, and they had a little talk about what happened there in the final lap. Connor Atwood continues to be the hottest driver on the circuit with his 5th straight top 5 finish. He might be able to get himself in the top 10 in points. Kyle Collins, quiet day, gets a good finish in 4th. Does not gain points on Ryder Smith, though, as Smith got the pole bonus, and he finished right behind him. Chris Louvier, another great run, did what he had to do, but Smith's going to probably eliminate him, so it just might have not been enough. Matt Duncan surprisingly pulls out a top 10 finish on a road course. He had a strong run today. Look, maybe he's a little more like his father than we thought. Niko Polyakov gets another good race at Decatur with an 8th place. Reese Black finishes 9th from his home crowd, and Kozak Nova, well, he didn't really get revenge on the wrecking balls, but he did get a top 10 finish for the underfunded BMW team. Allie Nelson comes up short of a top 10 finish with a solid, but still gets a solid 11th. Ryan Acosta has a pretty solid day in 12th. Nick Pericles going from the rear to 13th. He gained 26 spots on his way to that result. James Shelley in 14th. That isn't the run he needed to get in the top 10 points. Seth Cole quietly comes home in 15th. Phyllis Fedor, another points day in 16th. Good race for her. But how about Tommy Turbo? The young driver, in only his 3rd start, scores points again, and he bested his result. He bested what he got in Australia, 17th. How about that? Great job by the young Floridian. DJ Curtis also came from the rear to score points. In 18th, PJ Williams gets more points for Sean McLaughlin, and Marcus Bruno, the sub, gets into the points for Young Motorsports in 20th. As we move on to the standings, coming in this race, there were 9 drivers in contention for the title. Now there are only 6. Ryder Smith, Charles Sanford, Sean Angel, Maxwell Chan, Kyle Collins, and Chris Louvier. And it is looking very much in Smith's favor right now, as he has a 66-point lead after yet another strong performance. Sanford and Chan, they faltered, and it's going to cost them dearly. They'll need to hope for some big things in Talladega. Sean Angel jumps up to 3rd. He is 87 points off the lead right now. Chan's 96, Collins 111, and Chris Louvier, well, he's still in mathematical contention. He gave it a valiant effort, but being 139 points behind, he would literally need 2 perfect races to win the title. Tyler Faber, with his performance, jumps up to 7th. He's been on a hot streak lately. Matt Duncan's up to 8th. Seth Cole and Nick Pericles are the ones rounding out your top 10. Then as we go to 11th, it's now Connor Atwood. Unfortunately, I do believe James Shelley is going to be missing out on a top 10 points finish again. He got snubbed. I'm sorry, dude. He's had a great season, but it just wasn't meant to be. Reese Black is still 13th, Polyakov up to 14th, Brandon Wood still 15th despite only 11 starts. Kozak Nova, with his top 10 finish today, does gain some points. He's now 16th. Krieger in 17th, having a lot of issues in his rookie campaign, but he's showing some promise, but definitely had a lot of issues. Curtis is still 18th, but he now only has 5 points on Allie Nelson. She is climbing in what has probably been her most consistent season to date. She passes Jeffrey Finguy, who rounds out the top 20. And with that, there are now only 2 rounds left to go in the Insomniac Elite Series season, and the next one is going to be wild, as we head to the Talladega Super Speedway in Alabama, where anything can happen.